I mean, Shohei as just a player is almost like you're playing MLB the Show and doing create a player and you're maxing out all the stats and everyone's like, "Oh, come on, that's not realistic."
Here we go. Max Muncy joining us right now, getting ready for Game 3 of the NLCS against the New York Mets. Max, great to have you on, dude. It's been a really fun postseason watching you so far. I'll start here, Max, because we'll get right to business. Did you expect to face the New York Mets in the NLCS? Obviously, we haven't had you on since. I mean, following this team throughout the season, are you surprised to see them at this point? Obviously, you're not surprised about your own club, but what do you think?
Um, for me, it I didn't really have any idea. I was hurt when we played the Mets, so I never really saw them. I had no idea kind of what they were featuring or anything like that. So it's just it's one of those teams where you see the minimum amount of times a year, and that's about it. And we got both series out of the way earlier in the year, so we haven't seen them for a very long time. And I wouldn't say I was surprised. It's just you don't when you're talking about teams from the East Coast, you just never know what you're gonna get because you don't see them a whole lot.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely true. I want to start by asking real quick, what time would you head to the ballpark today for an 8 o'clock game?
Well, I'm actually missing the bus that I normally take to be on the show with you guys. So,
Oh, I,
Wow.
I, I knew something was up. I
Ooh.
knew something
I
was up.
like that. I like that.
yeah,
That's good.
I'm an early guy. I'm usually there pretty early.
All right, good. So you can blame us if something bad happens. So we
Or if
apologize.
something good
If
happens.
something, but
Both.
I wasn't done.
Both.
I wasn't done. I was
Okay.
gonna say if something good happens, wave to me. I'll be right above the Mets dugout watching you guys. Just give me a quick wave when you go deep. That's all.
All right,
All
I got
right.
you. Don't worry.
I'll be there. Here's another question I got for you too as well. You've been in the playoffs a lot. Would you rather play, or what do you think is more exciting, playing in your home stadium, which I know you probably love, but inside of you, do you like playing on the away field, knowing you're going to get the boos and all that kind of stuff? And I mean, both of them are pretty good. No.
Yeah, I mean, the playoffs is the whole reason that you play the game of baseball, right? Like, it's the atmosphere is second to none. It really doesn't matter where you're playing at. It's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere. The field will be rocking, fans will be going nuts. It's just part of the grandeur of playing at this time of year in October. But yeah, Dodger Stadium to me is always going to be special. This last series was as noisy and raucous as I've ever heard it. The fans came out; they were unbelievable. They were going just absolutely wild. Maybe a little bit too wild in some situations, but it was a lot of fun. But playing on the road is always, uh, during the regular season, there's not too many times when you're playing on the road and you get a sold out atmosphere. So it's always fun just when you have the entire stadium kind of there rooting against you.
All right, so last year, probably right around this day, we had you after you guys got eliminated. You were dejected. You were in Dodger Stadium, still finishing up, treatment, workouts, that kind of stuff. And you said to us, maybe we need to change our approach during the playoffs. Have you done that? Is that what's giving you guys the success? Or have you gotten to this point and just been like, screw it. We're boss. We're going to take care of business?
I wouldn't say it's change as much as understanding, why and what was happening. Understanding that taking too many good pitches to hit and and then on the flip side of that, because you're trying to null that, you're swinging at too many pitches out of the zone. I think you just get back to being us, something that we've done all year long. Control the strike zone. When it's in there, hammer it, and when it's not in there, you take it. And sometimes it gets called a strike, sometimes it doesn't, and it's just really looking for your pitch to hit, and that's something that we've kind of zoned in on in this postseason.
Hey, Max, how would you describe the season for Walker Buehler and where he's at right now? You've been teammates with him for a long time, and we know how it is. He's coming off of surgery and all of that. So, he's been through it, but he's here.
Yeah, with guys coming off TJ, you never know what you're going to get, but and then you make it a second TJ. That's in my experience from what I've seen, guys coming off that second TJ usually takes them a lot longer to figure out and remember how to be the guy that they were before surgery. And that kind of seems like it's a little bit of the case with Walker. He's trying to rediscover who he is as a pitcher, but at the same time, there's probably not anyone I would rather have pitching in a postseason atmosphere than Walker Buehler. You look at the game he had against the Padres. I know he gave up the six runs in one inning, but there was a couple plays that happened that could have got him out of the inning without giving up all those runs. And then at the end of the day, you look at it, he turns in a really good start because he went 4 or 5 other innings without even hardly allowing any base runners. So, Walker, he's just got the attitude and he's got the mindset, the mentality that he really kind of thrives in this type of atmosphere. So there's really not anyone I'd rather have in a postseason game than Walker Buehler, really.
I love that. Confidence is key, especially in the postseason, building off each other. Now, I want to get to a quote that you said in your last series talking about the experts. You had some explicit words you wanted to say to some of those people. I honestly, in my mind, like if I'm on your team, and you're talking about how, in the Padres series, however, all the experts thought that the Dodgers didn't have the team to win. And seeing that, if I'm your teammate, I'll get the goosebumps fired up. I'm going to follow you to the end of the world, bro. And I thought that was, as a veteran player like yourself to come out and say that, so everybody else probably thinking it, but for you to say that, I thought that was key, and that brings the team together, in my opinion, as silly as that sounds,
Well, you guys know me. I don't tend to hold back sometimes. Things will just come out, but at the same time, you want to put a camera in the locker room when guys are dumping champagne and beer all over each other and having a good time. There's probably going to be a quote or two that's going to come out, and yeah, that was one of them. But I got asked about it post game the other night by the guys on the Fox set, and um, they were curious if that's something that we've been paying attention to, and no, we really hadn't been. But like I said, when you're the postseason, you're wanting to watch all the other games, and every time you're watching the game, any commercial that comes on, the bottom line ticker, here's what we're seeing is going to happen. It's always talking about how we were going to lose, and it was just it was starting to get frustrating. It was starting to get it was starting to really piss us off that that's all we were hearing on the TV, and we really weren't paying attention to it. But when it gets shoved in your face so many times, you start getting pissed off by it, and that was that was just one of those things where we were having a good time, and yeah, it kind of happened to come out.
Can we show that? Can we show that video here of you not calling Poppy out directly, but Poppy straight lied to you. So now next time you see him, you're gonna have
you guys can always
ingest.
show whatever you would like to show. I'm never gonna tell you guys you can't show something.
All right, run it quick.
They're talking about how the Padres are going to beat us, and
I picked you guys.
Did you?
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't even remember.
He forgot who he picked.
I got San Diego 5.
You don't get paid by the team anymore.
I've been there before, Kevin.
Who you picking?
Hold on. What's happening here?
Hurry up. San Diego. Fight game, homie.
Got him.
Now, if I would have seen that clip, if I actually was paying attention to it, and I would have seen that clip, there might have been some more words on the set. But yeah, I was under the impression that no one picked us, and I had no idea who picked who. But I figured that those guys hadn't picked us. That was why I made that comment.
No, I like that. I like that. And you gotta call them out. It's okay. That's everyone will laugh about it. But whatever motivates you, it's awesome. You guys are motivated enough to win. How about the whole situation? What happened with Machado and Doc? How it was handled from both sides. From both sides, did you think the throw was a nefarious throw? Did you think Doc did a good job of his comments? Anything else that we missed that wasn't seen on video?
I'm not going to add any fuel or fire to that whole situation. It's over and done with. It's last series. It's something that it's not even in our heads anymore. So I'm not going to add anything to that. It was what it was, and at the end of the day, as we always say, you don't like something, go out there and play better. And so that's what we did. We went out there and beat them.
That's awesome. How about the fact that you're missing your first bus? Freddie might have gotten an Uber over the field at like 12 today. Tell us what you've seen in his ankle. Is it nasty? Are they blowing up how much treatment he's getting and he's kind of milking it like a limping puppy until he gets a treat, or is this a real thing?
Let me put it this way: you're not putting that ankle on any GQ magazines. It's It does not look good, man. Let me tell you that. But if anything, it's being understated how much he's having to go through just to be ready to play these games. There's definitely no exaggeration in any of the reports. Like I said, if anything, it's being understated. He is, doing 4, 5, 6 hours of treatment just to even be able to get it into the cage and see if he can play for that day. It has been a pretty wild experience watching what he's going through. But the guy is unbelievable. You guys know him. He wants to be out there. He wants to win. He wants to do anything he can. And if anything, he's sending a message to the rest of the team also. It's just, if you have something that's kind of bothering you a little bit, you're going to fight through it because you're seeing what he's going through. And it's one of those things where there's no excuses. He hasn't used it as an excuse once. They've pulled him out of the game early to, whether it's for defense or try to give him a little rest. And he's been fighting it the entire time saying, no, I want to be out there. I want to be out there. And, you always kind of be like, hey, Freddie, we got you, man. We got you. You did your job. Now let us do our job and take over for you. And, he's really been kind of setting the attitude in the clubhouse for us.
I'm going to double down on that. Make sure everybody knows that I was joking by the milking it and everything. The guy didn't play in an elimination game in Game 4. For a guy who plays every single day, and I remember you talked about before, like Freddie comes and he's like, he sets a tone for guys who play every day. He didn't play in an elimination game, so that's how bad his ankle was. But I want to take it to you because you said everybody's hurting. I thought you tweaked your oblique in game, let's see, it was in LA, so it would have been Game 4. You didn't. Okay, because you swung.
It was in San Diego.
And you gave what people don't know, Game 3. Okay, I knew it was a little later in the series, and you gave for people who don't know, like when you feel like you tweak something, you kind of give it like a rub, like this is gonna heal whatever just happened. Were you afraid you did something?
It's the magic rub, you know that. It's
yes, everybody's done it. But did you feel something there? Did you feel something, and then you have to play through that?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's that time of year. You don't get to this point in a fully healthy body. No one does, and so we've all got little things where we're fighting through, and for me that's just been a continuing annoyance since I came back. Nothing's ever felt fully healed in there, but I've been trying to fight through it, and I've been doing what I have to do to make sure I'm ready to play, and so there's a little something in there, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse.
Let me ask you this, a little Shohei Ohtani showing out a little bit, showing some emotion, some excitement. Talk a little bit about what you've seen from him. And I think it's a delight seeing him going out there and bringing that emotion, man. I love every second of it. I think it's like a joy, actually. It's nothing that, trying to show off to the other team or try and hurt them. I just think it's him being in his natural stage.
Yeah, it's the whole regular season. You might have seen like one or two moments where he showed some emotion, and those were obviously big time moments. But the whole postseason, he's been living it up. He's been eating up every single second of it. It's been a lot of fun to watch. You can definitely tell that he's been really striving to play in this type of atmosphere, and to see him finally be able to get it, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun being his teammate in it. He is. He's definitely been really enjoying being in the postseason. It's something that every player strives to play for. For him to be able to finally get it has been, it's just been a lot of fun to watch. And the emotion he brings it's really cool when you see one of the absolute superstars in this sport, bring that type of energy and emotion into the game. I think that's what the fans want. It's what the game wants. It's a lot of fun, and he's doing it the right way. He's not ever looking at the other team, the other dugout. He's always celebrating towards us. He's doing it always the right way, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
16 for 19. 16 for 19 with runs in scoring position. What does that mean to you as an active player? Because I said this is like video game, like cheating type of stuff. Shohei's not cheating. Sorry, I should. This is video game. This is video game stuff. Like you don't go 16 for 19 ever. You don't go 16 for 19 in BP sometimes.
I mean, Shohei as just a player is almost like you're playing MLB The Show and doing create a player and you're maxing out all the stats and everyone's like, oh come on, that's not realistic. But like that's basically what he is, you know. He hits the ball harder than anybody. He runs faster than anybody. When his arm's healthy, he's throwing it harder than anybody. It's he's just an absolute unicorn of a player, and that's in terms of the 16 for 19. That's just telling me we got to make sure that we're on base a lot more for him than what we are.
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're 8 or 9, in the lineup, you're like, yo, anything to get on.
Please hit me.
Because we know I'm coming home.
Roger Dorn it and get on top of the plate and wear it.
Exactly. Hey, we've seen that. We've seen some
100%.
catchers do that in past playoff
Maldonado
series.
did
So
it. Yep.
Maldonado's done it for sure. Yeah. Well, Max, this was awesome, man. Thanks for the time. Obviously on a busy day. Go do your thing. Good luck. Go crush it. And we're excited to watch.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.